out of the FA Cup, out of the League Cup. But it's okay. We only lost by 1 goal, people. We only lost by 1 goal because even though I saw Aston Villa pummel the living daylights out of Tottenham for, I would say, every single minute of that game, bar maybe the first 10, 15 minutes of the second half, it's all good. It's all good. Look at the bigger picture. We've got 12 players injured, rightly so. Yes, it's a concern. We've got so many starters missing. But look at the bigger picture, people. Keep this man in the job. He's the man to take Spurs forward. Daniel Levy, great owner. Fantastic owner. There's nothing more he could have done. He tried for Gerhi. He got Mateus Tellin, right? He got in some random Austrian centre-back, Danzo. There's nothing more he could have done, people. Doesn't matter that our team's bleeding. There's nothing more he could have done. There's nothing more Son could have done today. There's nothing more Kulusevski could have done today. There's nothing more Pedro Porro could have done today. It's nobody's fault. Keep handing the job. Daniel Levy, fantastic owner. These players, never drop them. Keep playing them. Get the F out of here, man. Get the F out of here. And I mean that to so many people. Because I'm so sick of losing. We lose. And not only do we lose, we get absolutely polaxed. We get battered, bro. That's what happened today. We got battered by Aston Villa. Don't let that stupid scoreline fool anybody. You ain't tricking me. How many breaks did Aston Villa have? Waltzing through our midfield. I said something about Ange. And listen, last time I started the video on the players, and don't get me wrong, I'm going to get onto the players. But how people expect me to take confidence in this guy's ability to win Tottenham a trophy this season is beyond me. We were battered. Battered. I don't care what the stats say. Yes, Son missed a big chance. Danzo missed a big chance. But they missed countless breaks. Countless breaks. Countless 2v1s. 3v2s. Countless. Just running through our midfield. Waltzing through our midfield. I just don't get it. He's not at fault for it all. I can't blame him for the first goal. That's shocking goalkeeping from Kinski, who I'm going to speak about. I can't blame him for that. I can't blame him for Pedro Porro not clearing his lines properly and giving Morgan Rogers an easy tap-in. I cannot blame Ange Postecoglou for that. I can't, because it's not all down to him. But the things that are in his control, he continuously struggles. This guy's given us 2 good moments in about God knows how long. Brentford away and Liverpool at home. Outside of that, this guy's been straight garbage. I don't care what anyone tells me. He's been garbage. In the last 3 to 4 months of football, he's been garbage. Big up Yao from New Spurs order. He told me something that had me like in disbelief. He said Tottenham have lost 16 games in all competitions. 16 games in all competitions. He said Tottenham Hotspur have lost 16 games in all competitions. And we're only in the second week of February. We're only in the second week of February. And we've lost 16 games in all competitions. We still have to play away from home in the Europa League. We still have to play Chelsea away. We still have to play Liverpool away. We still have to play United at home. We still have to play Man City at home. We still have to play Fulham away. We still have to play all these teams away. We still have to come back to this ground. Villa Park, we still have to come back to this ground. We have to come back to this ground. we have to go to Craven Cottage. We still have to play Bournemouth at home. And we've lost 16 games already. There's literally no margin for error, but it doesn't even matter because there's error. Clearly, for the hierarchy above, there is a significant margin for error. It doesn't matter. He gets carte blanche treatment. Carte blanche, however you want to pronounce it. He gets carte blanche treatment. It's mental. How can you just keep losing and losing and losing and losing and it's okay? How? He's going to win a cup. But he's going to win a cup. He's going to win a trophy. Well, out of the League Cup, got smashed. Now out of the FA Cup. But Tobes, come on, you have to have some belief. When he gets all the players back, we're going to win something. No, I used to believe that. I don't believe it anymore. Because it's like whenever it comes to making changes during the game to give Spurs a leg up, this guy does the opposite for Tottenham. He does the opposite for Tottenham. He played a flat midfield three. I can't blame him for all those three midfielders playing crap. Like I said in the video against Liverpool, fine. But you want to switch it off. You want to switch it up. And against Liverpool, he resorts to just emptying the entire midfield and just leaving us vulnerable instead of just making one substitution. And he's done something similar today. Today, he started with the same midfield that ended the Liverpool game, which shouldn't have never even got onto the... That the midfield that ended the Liverpool game should not even have been the midfield that should have played against Liverpool. Why? Well, 34, 35 games in. When are you going to learn that you cannot keep one of these midfielders in the pivot? They're not good enough to play by themselves in the pivot. They're not. Bentancur's not good enough to do it. Basuma's not good enough to do it. Sar's not good enough to do it. They're not good enough to do it. They're not good enough to do it. And he keeps doing it over and over and over and over again. Today, he played Bergvall and Kulusevski, who was dog crap, by the way. Absolutely terrible. And I'm going to get into them in a second. But let me tell you why this is a problem. You're playing one of the strongest teams when it comes to centrality. You're playing one of the strongest teams when it comes to maximizing their midfield. You've got literally one of the best ball carriers in the league in Morgan Rogers in that midfield. You've got one of the best passers in the league in Tielemans in that midfield, right? And you've got McGinn who can do all sorts. Aston Villa's game is very narrow. They rarely use the width. They're a very narrow team, focused. Even Jacob Ramsey, who's playing left wing, he's not really playing left wing. He's going to tuck in. He's going to tuck inside. But this man says, you know what? Open sesame. I'm going to leave just the one single pivot who is literally running around like a rabbit, lost, a deer in headlights, running around, chasing shadows. All it took was one pass, one dribble, and they're in our defense. And we kept seeing that over and over and over and over and over again in the first half. Why does it even take him until halftime to make the change? And then when you look at the change he makes, okay, now you've brought on Basuma to play next to Bentancur, cool. But you still got Basuma pressing high like a madman. But you keep on Kulusevski. You keep on Kulusevski. Why? The guy was absolutely terrible. And I'm a big fan of Kulusevski. I think he's probably been our best player this season. I'll still say that. But the last month and a half to 2 months, the guy has been playing so bad, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 games. The guy has played absolutely terribly. And you won't drop him. You won't drop him. Is it a seniority thing? Is it an underbelly seniority thing? Is it a seniority thing? Really? Really? Because what are we doing here? What are we doing here? That's my fiance laughing in the background. Because I can't take this anymore. Is it a seniority thing? Is it an underbelly seniority thing? Because how can this guy be playing shit? Like, not. That's the thing with Kulusevski. When he's dipping, he doesn't just stink. He absolutely reeks. He reeks. He stinks the place out. Bro, it's literally like a pile of dog poo when he is playing badly. And I get it. He's fatigued. He's had to play every minute. I understand. But the fact of the matter is this. He is now a deterrent to the team. When he's playing like this, he's a deterrent to the team. He's losing possession. He's giving away the ball. He's not making the most of transitions. He's doing most things wrong. And people are going to say, oh, no, but he got an assist today. I don't give a shit. I don't care. He played crap. But this guy takes off the youngster who's exuberant, who's got legs to run at Aston Villa. He takes off a runner and keeps on Kulusevski, right? Keeps on Kulusevski. Like, make it make sense to me. You put Kulusevski on the right, who's not already showing that he ain't really got that same drive, that same gusto, because he needs rest. You're not in a position where you can just keep flogging these guys. It's the same for Son. Son has been absolutely atrocious this season, but maybe 3 or 4 games. He's been so bad. And yet these guys keep playing 90 minutes. Ajayi came off the bench and scored a fantastic goal. We ain't seen him again. We have not seen him again. It's not going to kill you to take these men off, because guess what? We're still losing with them playing. We're still losing with them playing. But it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Because, oh, his hands are tied behind his back. There's nothing he can do. Oh, feel sorry for him. When he gets his full play, shut up. Shut up. I don't care anymore. Get this guy gone. I've had enough. We just can't keep losing like this. And it's not even the fact that we're losing. It's the fact that he's seeing teams cook us, and and his responses, they just make us worse. They just make us worse. We might get a little lull, a little pick me up, a little boost, and then it just reverts to type. It just reverts to type. In fact, it doesn't even revert to type. It just gets worse. The guy, he's not it. He's not it. Sorry, I know Daniel Levy's hamstrung you. I know that you're up against so many injuries galore. But please, for the love of God, can you coach? Please, brother, because you can coach. I've seen it with Tottenham. Why are you making these weird decisions? Why? But people tell me, oh, he has no choice. He's got no players. Shut up. Shut up. He does have a choice. Drop these, man. If they're not playing well, it's a needs-must situation. What do you lose from playing some of these young Gs? Why is Mikey Moore coming off the bench? Why is Son playing 90 minutes? Why is Kulusevski playing 90 minutes? Do you even think it's doing them good? They can't rest because you keep flogging and flogging and flogging. And then today we saw, everyone tells me, oh no, but he switched the fullbacks. Yeah, he did. He did. He switched the fullbacks to give us defensive cover. So why did he switch it back to inverting today? Why? He came out with some nonsense press conference after the Liverpool game. Oh, this is what happens when we try and sit to protect. It's not our way. We need to play our way. Well, you played your way today. Did it win? Did it win you the game of football? Did it? The second goal we concede because of a turnover, because Mateus Tell gives away the ball. The right back who's meant to be covering Bailey, guess where he is? Guess where he is? He's in the half space on the left-hand side. Our right back, playing left back, who's meant to be covering Leon Bailey. Guess where he is? He's in the half space, high up the pitch. Nowhere near the ball because the ball bypasses him as soon as we give it away. He's not there to cover, and it's effectively a 2v1 on Archie Gray. That's what happens. And then you look at the first goal we concede. Look at the first goal we concede. Pedro Porro, the same thing again. Pedro Porro's meant to be covering Jake Ramsey. Where is he on the football pitch? He's high up the pitch, trying to attack inside right. And we concede. But he switched things up, Tobes. He's tweaking, he's adapting. The problem is this guy does not have, I'm just going with what I'm seeing. Call me a fake fan. Call me, oh, you don't know, you ain't got your coaching badges. I don't need a coaching badge to see that something you're trying just doesn't work. Why did you go back to inverting the fullbacks today? Did it benefit Tottenham today? Did it really? Really? Sorry. This is now the worst I've seen it as a Tottenham fan since I've been about probably 7, 8 years old. I have not seen a season as bad as this since I was a kid, bro. Since I was a kid. And even then, with Jacques Santini and them, man, even then, we finished 14th. Are Spurs going to finish 14th this season? Really? Really? With those games that I mentioned early on, this guy's got to go. He's not good enough. I'm sorry. Find a solution because we just can't keep losing games. We can't. And it's not even just him. Son and Kulusevski, they're meant to be the standard bearers. They're meant to be the leaders of this team. And I ain't going to go in on just them. But they were garbage today. They were hot garbage today. And they have been. More Son. Son has been terrible the entire season. He cannot literally he doesn't do anything now. He doesn't keep the ball. He's missing big chances like he did today, albeit just one. He's not linking up well with players. He's not taking on his man. Kulusevski, he's not creating many chances. He's not taking on his man. He's not scoring many goals. He's not keeping the ball well. He's not playing consistently dangerous passes. It's not good. And I understand it. It's a needs-must situation. He feels like he can't help but play them because he hasn't got anyone else. But when they're not playing well, bro, just use what else you have. Because in case you ain't realized, we're still losing the game anyway. So you may as well try something different. We're still losing the game. We didn't go on and win the game of football because they stayed on for 90 minutes. And when you're using something, for the love of God, in fact, it's clear. Son, he can't be a starter in this team. He just can't. He's not got the capacity to start regularly. But the problem is we flogged and flogged and flogged. Same for Kulusevski, who actually has played well for the most part this season, right? Against Man United, you can't start both of them. I'm sorry. You just cannot start both of them. One of those guys has to ride bench. They have to. They absolutely have to. The football they're playing now, and I know it. We have a week's rest. They can't start. One of those guys have to be dropped. You better start Mikey Moore in that game. You better start Matthias Tell, who was dog crap today. Mind you, I'll say Tell was absolutely terrible today. He was so bad. Giving away possession, not taking on these men, etc., etc. But he bagged. He bagged. And guess what? He's young, he's aggressive, he's strong, he's fast. He's got the type of energy that we need against United. But because guess what? Kulusevski, he's running on empty. Son, they're running on empty. I want to see at least one of these men ride bench. Yeah. Against Man United, I want to see Tell start and I want to see Moore start. So it's up to Ange. You pick one of them. Both cannot be starting. They can't. And Bentancur, Ben 10. I used to call him Ben 10 because he looked like he had the energy in his back. No. Ben 0, bro. Ben 0. Ben -10. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Shocking. As I said before, there's no relief with him and Bissouma. There's no relief. There's no relief. If one plays crap, the other one's going to come in, put in a 5 out of 10 and play crap the next week, then play good the following week after, then play crap the week after, then play crap the week after, then play good the week after, then play crap the week after. I'm even losing my words. I'm minting my words because I just can't take this anymore. My words just there were as inconsistent as Bentancur and Bissouma are for Tottenham. They are so unreliable. But what makes it worse is we have a manager that keeps playing them as a single pivot, has them covering humongous spaces, has them having to try and basically chase a man mark 3-4 man. And we end up with no midfield. Yet again, like we saw today, no midfield. Shock horror. Shock flipping horror. No midfield with this manager. Coincidence? Oh, but it's just the injuries. I saw it against Chelsea when we had more players. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen the story again. I've seen it against Arsenal. I've seen it against Liverpool. I see it even when we had fitter players. No midfield. The defensive structure of this team is in the pits of hell. And whilst we've seen some improvement in that regard, in terms of him keeping more bodies back and maybe putting players in better starting defensive positions, it's still not good enough. It is still not good enough. Pedro Porro, awful, absolutely awful defensively today. He tried going forward. He's knackered as well. But pants. I'm sorry, pants. Danso, bro, the passing stinks. It absolutely stinks. Kudos to him for driving with the ball. I've not really seen him make many defensive gaffes off the ball, but hopefully that stays the way it needs to stay. However, on the ball, not good enough. Archie Gray as well, giving away possession today. He's so sloppy. So sloppy. Yet again, the only player that comes off with any shred of credit today is Jet Spence. Yet again. Shock horror. The goalkeeper, Kinski. I'm getting worried now. I know he came back with some big saves. 2 big saves off Jacob Ramsey. Big up to him for not letting the game turn into a massacre. But at the same time, it's his fault. Well, he's partly responsible that we went 1-0 down in the first place with a crazy mistake. The same way he could have got a stronger hand to the first goal against Liverpool. The same way he should have saved that shot against Arsenal. Yeah. He's making mistakes, man. He's making horrendous mistakes. And they're costing Tottenham. He's a young goalkeeper. He's going to learn. Listen, he's going to learn. I ain't going to get on his back just yet, but I'm concerned. That definitely concerns me a little bit. You know that meme? It concerns me. But I'm still going to try and choose to see the positives, the good stuff he's doing. Right? Give him time. But as it stands now, that shit ain't on. Terrible. Sorry, terrible. Terrible for that first goal. And that owner that has the audacity to come to every single game and see the rubbish that he's assembled. We're gonna get players back next week. We better see a reaction. Sorry, we better see a reaction. Failure is not an option. I'm not accepting anything less than 3 points against United because they're just as bad as we are. Only we've actually got better players, in my opinion. or players better suited to what the manager wants. So we're getting a lot of players back. As I say a lot, there's about 5 or 6 men meant to be coming back next couple of days. We got a week's rest. I want to see a response. I want to see a response. And to be honest, I want to see someone's P45.